Welcome back to Cricket Raw. During the advert break, we saw Australia smashing the shit out of the England boys in the ring. Wait, what's this? A car has just come out. It's Ben Stokes. He's back. He's back. He's running to the ring. He's running. Khawaja's come up to beat him. Stunner. Ben Stokes running to the ring. He's in there. The England boys getting battered into the turnstiles. No, not the turnstiles, the turnbuckles.
Nice. Turnstiles.
David Warner comes up.
It's not an airport.
He's holding a bottle. That won't bother Stokes. Spear! Ben Stokes has speared Warner to the ground. Now he's pummeling his face in. And now the England boys are starting to fight back. Steve Smith comes up. No, rock bottom. That's my preview, my prediction for the
Oh, yeah.
2017-18
Nice.
Ashes. Where's my drink?
I think you've actually already given a prediction, so I'm not sure you can do that. You said 5-0 to Australia.
Yeah, but that was before Ben Stokes came in with a stunner.
Right, do you want to introduce the episode?
Anyway, we're going to do our Ashes preview.
Right.
Well, I thought we could do it slightly different
Nice.
because we don't want to have another episode of us just slagging England off.
Well, I was thinking, haven't we really already covered it?
We did the teams.
Nice.
Well, I thought we would first of all do our predictions. I don't know if we actually properly did our predictions last time.
Right.
And then I'm presuming our predictions aren't all that positive.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to find out the way how England will win the...
Oh, okay. So, all right. So we're swapping it round. We're back in England here, and we're gonna explain.
Well, your predictions might already back England. If they do, then you'll have no problem.
Neither of us backed England.
And then we'll have a little look at those, mainstay Australian players.
So this is like ways to win. Like they do it before fights. Like his way to win is stay away from the firefight, but like that sort of stuff. Have we got the list of the grounds they're playing at and in what order? Because I think that's going to make a difference.
I can definitely find that out for you.
Because I think that will make a big difference.
Oh, in other news, I used the expression Freudian slip well today.
Oh, did you?
I did, yes. Yeah.
Go on.
Does Freudian slip mean you say something?
So you're saying this, but you don't actually know how it's used correctly, do you?
Does Freudian slip mean you say something, but it's what you mean, but you didn't mean to say it?
Basically.
That's what you're thinking, and
Yeah.
Yeah. I used it very well. And I also said, well, that's a Freudian slip.
Did anyone else get it? Or
I don't know if the person that I said it to picked up
understood
what a Freudian slip was,
right.
but I was very proud that I was
you
able
were
to
just
use
thinking that's
that
correct.
Freudian slip.
Nice. Good work.
Anyway, how are you? I just need to do a bit of Googling. So you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I would say above average if I had to rate it. Out of 10, probably somewhere like a 7, which really I say is average, but
No, it can't be average.
it can't be exactly. But a 5, you're never ever going to give anything a 5. That's too low. Okay, mate. Just whilst you're sorting some stuff out, I've got some Ashes questions for you. And these are on Sky Sports, and they're the questions they're asking for England before the Ashes series. How do you treat the warm-up games?
Is it from an England point of view, sorry?
Yeah. So how should England be treating these warm-up games before the start of the Ashes?
Like a matter of life or death.
Do you think? I'll tell you what annoys me. Then England have it more in football, but they have a tendency to do this.
Yeah.
They have friendlies and stuff in like pre-tournament where they experiment. What is the point in that?
The thing is, though,
Surely before a tournament, you should be sorting out your best 11 to play in the first match of the tournament, isn't it? Not going, let's try something out we definitely won't do when it comes to playing in the tournament. Do you know what I'm saying? I think in these warm-up games, England should be playing the best possible team.
But there are a couple of places that are up for grabs, aren't
Right, but don't play 4
at the back. Yeah, definitely not.
No. But experiment with 4 players that just aren't going to be in your starting 11.
Yeah, let's not. Oh, well, I was going to say let's not have a look at Mason Crane, but what do you reckon? Should we?
Well, he's our only. Yeah, I think you have to. That's one position you have to because we've got 2 spinners.
Okay, all right.
On the, do you know what I mean? It's not like batsmen where you got loads. We've only got 2. I wouldn't have a problem with that. But how do you think we should be treating it? Do we care about winning them?
Yeah, I think they have to be perfect preparation.
Right, as in getting confidence going.
As in, we adapt to the new
Would you be?
conditions.
Do you
And
think?
smash it.
Do you think that is a good indicator how well we do in those as to how well we'll do in the Ashes?
It's never a.
But surely, if
perfect
we
indicator,
crush
is
it, that's only a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Though we have certainly probably gone elsewhere and won and crushed
Right.
wins
Okay.
and done shit.
Good point.
I
Right.
just think it's probably a good if the key players, which we will talk about, can take wickets and make hundreds. Then that's the.
Which do you think is more important? Having someone who's going to be dangerous in taking wickets. Obviously, you want both, or someone who's going to make a lot of runs. I think you've got to have someone who's going to make a lot of runs. If you're going to win in Australia, I think it comes down to batting. Winning in Australia.
Yeah, though what I'm going to say is both the England and the Australian teams are probably not that great at their batting isn't their strongest.
I think
suit.
in the first Test match, one batting order is going to fire. And I think that will determine how the series goes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right, next question. Top order troubles. Who bats where? We've we've done
this,
that,
yeah.
but
Yeah, go and listen to the
they
podcast.
go and talk a load about that. Okay, next question. How will Root handle the pressure?
Probably not very well.
You don't think he'll handle? I don't really. That's a weird question, isn't it? I mean,
We don't know.
yeah, I don't.
He has to. If he scores 70s, we'll lose. We'll lose the Ashes.
You think he's got to start making hundreds,
Doubles.
doubles?
No, I'm sorry, but
You think he's got to start making doubles for us to
we've
win?
got right. There's no. We'll get onto this
Right. Okay.
later, but yeah,
I think
he will win us the Ashes.
there is pressure on him. Obviously, he's the England captain, but like he's not gonna. They won't fire him from it being captain halfway through the series. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if it's career defining.
No, well,
obviously you get
Alistair
battered
Cook-
5-0.
Alistair Cook
It's not
got
gonna be
battered
good, is it?
5-0. Though, who was it? Ben? No, Freddie Flintoff got battered 5-0.
Exactly. I'm not sure. I don't know. Right, next question. Will Anderson and Broad do it away from home? Good question.
Again,
Good question.
I think we'll talk about
Crucial.
Broad's my key player for the Ashes.
Really?
We'll certainly talk about him.
Even though
later
last
on.
time we won it, he basically didn't play.
But if just look at the teams, I don't think Jimmy Anderson will have the ability he has at home than he does in Australia.
Even though he did, although he didn't do that well. Okay,
I think Stuart Broad's our key bowler for
really
for this coming.
interesting. So yeah, that's absolutely crucial, isn't it? Because I think there's a big gap between them and our next bowlers. isn't there?
Well,
the next
Chris,
people in line.
Chris Wokes is
Yeah.
the next in line.
So
We don't
he's
know how it's
good,
gonna go.
yeah. But so those are the questions. I mean, the batting lineup is a big one, but we've kind of covered that really. And Broad and Anderson, it's like you said. I think Joe, we've probably got two batsmen that need to fire, and those two need to fire for us to have a chance. I think.
Yeah, most definitely. I think most definitely.
Right, how's your search going?
Yeah, it's good. Can you remember who the Australian bowler was who got is injured for the Ashes? Is it Cummins, Hazelwood, somebody else?
Cummings, I think, isn't it?
Is it? I can't remember. But when we talk about that team, I don't want to bring.
Oh,
his name
here we
into it.
go, mate. Another bit of news.
Right, good,
seeing as
yeah.
you're still doing the search, Overton. I can fill Stoke's shoes. It's a big shout, isn't it?
Apparently, he can bat. I don't know what he's like. I think he's got a bit of height to him.
Is he more of a bowling all-rounder?
I honestly do know very
Right.
little about.
Well, apparently he's 23. He's been called in. I don't think he's been called right, but they're saying
He hasn't been called in for Stokes. He would have got on playing with
right.
Stokes.
Well, they're saying he's been called in to fill the gap that Ben Stokes left. Interesting. I'm not sure whether that's a good thing to claim, is it?
Have you?
It
Oh,
says
no.
here, He says Stokes is probably a little better than me. Weird thing to say, really.
I've just got news here from Googling. Moeen Ali and Steve Finn to miss England's first 2 Ashes warm-up matches.
Yeah, I think I did see that. Well, again, does that matter?
I wish this was live so I can just ask somebody who the fuck which Australian bowler's injured. Just.
Do you think that matters?
It's Paddison who's injured. Anyway, do you want to get on with this podcast?
Yeah. Well, hang on. I've been doing well. I've just been firing questions at you.
Did you want the fixtures?
Yes, I do. Is it in the order that we're going to... Brisbane first. Yeah. Brisbane first.
Yeah.
Right.
So Brisbane's first, which
is just a batting... You've got to bat.
And I think England have lost in the last game 5 losses and 2 draws.
Yeah, and one of them was an unbelievable draw.
So since England last won, it's been 5 losses, 2 draws. Then we have the Adelaide Oval, the WACA, Melbourne Cricket Ground, and Sydney Cricket Ground.
Okay. Do you think it will get down to the last one?
What are your predictions then? Let's get out of the way before we turn ultra positive.
Okay. Brisbane, I said before, definitely for that test match, but I think it will set the tone for the series. Which batting order fires will make it. Whether it's in the first or the second innings, I think one team is going to make a really big score. Whether it's to save the test match or whether it's setting or whether it's getting in front and way ahead, I think that will then determine the rest of the series.
Do you think... Have England got the potential to, if they go 1-0 down, 2-0 down, or whatever, to drag it back?
I think England are front runners, but saying that, I don't know how strong this Australian team is. Like,
it's not.
From what people have said, the Australian batting isn't as strong as previous Australian teams. So I think 2-0 down's too much. I don't think we'll manage to retain the Ashes if we go 2-0 down or win them.
Okay.
But if we go 1 test match down, depending on the fashion, I think, depending on how it happens.
I was listening to Jonathan Trott talking about the Ashes, and he says England only need to draw the Ashes to retain them, and it's just like, wow.
That's not good, is it?
It's like, that has gone down the toilet, hasn't it?
Oh, dear. What do you think about the first one?
Well, we don't do well there.
Right.
Historically, we don't do well.
Is this your prediction or historically?
Historically, we don't do that well there.
Yeah.
I can't... If I'm going to be honest with you, I probably said 5-0, but...
You did. I think I said 4-1.
I don't think that there's a 5-0 golfing class. I would
agree.
But what I fear for England is that...
Bottle.
Yeah. You'll go 2-0 down, and 2-0 becomes 5-0 very quickly for England because they haven't got the ability to bounce back. And it's almost like, let's just... We know what 5-0 feels like.
Yeah, let's call it a day.
Let's just sink on this ship and then we'll get back. We'll get a new one when the tour ends. It's difficult to say. I don't even know if. What I'm saying is, without rain, I don't know if there will be a drawn test match.
Okay.
I don't think England will lose. England shouldn't lose 5-0, but I'm going to say 3-0.
I think.
But I don't think there'll be drawn test matches.
For there to be a draw, there has to be 2 strong batting lineups. And I don't think we have that.
No, but I don't feel like England... They don't deserve for me to say that they're going to lose 5-0. Do you know what I mean? I like to say 3-0.
I think what you say is right. There's no way there's a 5-0 gap in class between these two sides. But I think England just don't have... They have serious issues when it comes to playing in Australia. I think they get scared.
I'm going to go with... What? So what's your prediction?
For the first test match?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I really want to...
No, for the series, sorry. Just
for the series?
Oh, yeah, who cares about the first one?
All right, so we're being positive.
Well, no, this is your honest one.
My honest one, like you say, I think it's hard to see a draw. 3-2.
3-2?
3-2. It's going to be an absolute slugfest. 3-2, and I think England are going to win.
I'm going to go 4-0 Australia.
4-0?
Yeah.
So you just said you don't think there'll be a draw, but there's going to be a draw.
I think weather's going to play a part in one of them.
You think the rain will ruin it? One of the games?
Yeah.
Go on, which one?
The third one. Anyway, I thought what we would do in this podcast, we would
Go on.
We would look at what England need to do to win.
Yes.
Who to target.
To get that 3-2.
Because obviously Australia haven't named their squad. They don't need to
Yeah.
because they're at home.
Yeah, they've got the whole of Australia.
We will look at a few of the mainstays in the
Yeah.
Australian lineup.
Okay.
Maybe do that first
No, go on then.
and talk about. They're probably their power hitters, if you like.
Right, and yeah, the power players.
So they've got 2 batsmen, same as England, really.
Right. Okay.
2 stars.
Probably a bit harsh, but yeah. Oh, right. Okay, go on then.
So they've got Warner and Smith.
Yes.
Now both are Australia. Their averages in Australia are probably.
Well,
ridiculous.
I mean, what David Warner got 100 before lunch in the Test match,
And he's a flat track Australian bully, isn't
exactly. He's
Um,
perfect.
he? Yeah, he will, and I think he's the one I want to see. You know, even if we get battered, I just want to see him not make any runs because I think he's such a knobhead.
But I think the thing is, I think England are a bit scared to be a knobhead. Like, it's just not
No,
part
I
of
want
our
to see him
thing.
get bounced, and I want to see him get hurt. No,
Don't bounce him. Don't bounce him. If we do that, just go like, let's intimidate him. Like, no, don't. They've played on these tracks with like people bowling short at them since they were 12.
I want to see David Warner not make any runs. I want to see him embarrassed at the crease,
You think just
fending off the short ball.
I
wanna see the Ricky Pont-
face there.
I want to see the Ricky Ponting cut on his face. No,
No, you can't say that.
bring Steve Harmison back for
You
one
can't
over.
say that. I'd love him to just look completely out of sorts.
Yes. Well, no,
I just keep getting bowled. On those tracks, you can't be getting bowled.
But I think he's averaging something like in Australia averages
Oh, it's
like
going to be huge.
70.
Right, yeah.
And then Steve Smith is probably the best batsman in the world.
He's got to be like averaging
Test batsman. He
over 100,
averages,
isn't he, or something?
he averages over almost 60 in Test matches in general.
Right,
so,
yeah. In
50.
Australia, it's going to be massive.
yeah. So, if both those 2 players were playing in England, I wouldn't be as worried.
No.
If this Australian team was playing in England, I
No,
wouldn't be
I know.
this concerned.
To be fair, these 2 teams, neither of them, like we said, are way better than the other. I think it's home advantage that makes a huge difference
And
for both of
England's,
these teams.
ability to bottle it in Australia.
Yeah.
Though Steve Smith's is probably the best Test batsman.
Where's he bat? 3?
3.
Yeah.
Unless, wherever
I
they
can't
place
see them
Croatia,
moving him.
If they
What's
place
the
Croatia
point?
in the team. I think he's a big part of this Australian
What
team.
do you think the odds are on him getting a double 100 at some point in the series? He will.
Did he score 100 in the last Ashes?
I'm pretty sure.
'Cause I
Didn't he
don't
get a double at Lords or something?
Was that? Cause I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he got a double 100
is
at
that-
Lords.
but I think they kept him quiet for the rest of the series.
Because wasn't it his first 100 as well in the Ashes series?
So I
And then
think
he
they
went on
kept-
and got a double.
I think they kept him quiet for the rest of the game. So 'cause I remember watching it and being like, "Oh,
I think they did.
He's not scoring runs."
Yeah,
But
because I think that was his first Ashes series.
you could see
as
him definitely
captain.
batting well in Australia.
Yes.
There's a few other names there. I think Warner and Smith is similar to our Cook and Root, really.
Yeah.
Though different
It's
players.
bizarre, isn't it?
entirely,
That
but-
it's really an opener and 3.
Should
or
be a
should
three,
be
yeah.
3.
And it could be a battle of the captains, couldn't it? Really.
It could be, but I also think it will depend. Someone else in both teams is going to have to stand up.
So there's a couple of other names which might be the names that could stand
Right,
up
yeah.
alongside Warner and Smith. You got Renshaw open the batting.
I like him.
Apparently
He's really
he
young.
models himself on Alistair Cook.
I watched him. I can't
Imagine
remember
modelling
who.
himself on Alistair Cook.
I watched him bat with David Warner.
Yeah.
In
He looks a good little compact batsman, doesn't he?
he's quite big.
But I mean, like in the way
No,
he plays,
looks
it's
quality.
not like
he looks
doesn't
really
play in
good.
a Warner fashion,
no,
does he?
yeah, he looks really good. I rate him. That's annoying. He's quite. I'd like to. He
You'd
would
like
get
it.
in the England team.
Yeah, I think
Definitely.
he averages over 40. In
He's
Test match
really
cricket
good.
anyway. So obviously there's the talk of Khawaja coming back in the team. Didn't play much out in India. Apparently he's terrible against spin, but averages something like 60.
We don't
odd
have a spinner, so it doesn't matter.
Well, averages something like 60 over 60 in Australia Test matches.
Right, that's
And
all right, isn't it?
he's been on the, he's been
But he made his debut in the
yeah
Ashes we won down there, didn't he?
yeah, and it's like He's a little bit like Liam Plunkett. You just forget the age of. You know, he's probably cracking on a little bit now.
No, I don't think he is.
But I mean, like,
He's probably like 28 or something.
yeah. Well, Liam Plunkett, I think he's 29.
No, he's like 52 or something.
But he's
He's
another batsman that could
again,
cause
could
problems.
make big runs.
And I think the last batsman I'm going to mention, who I might be fearful, is Hanscom.
Yes,
So
I
middle
like
order,
him as well.
depending on where Khawaja's going to bat, could bat 5.
He's got a really, or it's not really weird, but just like a bizarre trigger movement where he taps the bat down. So normally people tap the bat down with like the face facing the bowler,
So like front on
the face of the but he'll tap it down completely side on, so the face of the bat's like facing point. He taps it down like really deliberately, and then
just
holds it. It looks really weird, but he's scored good runs. I think last summer is when he made his debut. I could be wrong there,
right. Okay,
but he made a couple of hundreds and he looked really good.
But I think
Why are people saying they don't have a good batting lineup? That doesn't sound that bad to me.
but it's not.
Especially
It's better
in
than
Australia.
England's, but it's not quite.
We can't be comparing them to Australian sides of the bus.
Well, no, but it's not a complete batting lineup, is it? It's not. It's not complete.
No, you're right.
And there are names like the Marshes,
They haven't really done it yet, have they?
Maxwell.
Is he in the? He won't be in the test team, will he? No.
Oh, he peters
if
in
he
and
is,
out.
then Jesus.
So the Marshes, Maxwell. They've got Wade, the keeper. I think is a shit batsman.
Yeah.
They can bring in Neville. Also, think he's shit. I think you could have them. You could have those 5 do well, but I'm not scared of the Marshes. I'm not scared of Maxwell. I'm not scared of Wade. Maxwell can take the game away from you, a bit like
He
Ben
won't.
Stokes, but
He
won't
won't.
give you that consistency.
He's nowhere near as good as Ben Stokes in Test matches. No, I'm not threatened by Maxwell at all. People who could take it away from you quickly is David Warner.
David Warner and Steve Smith.
Steve Smith, if he bats for a day, you're in trouble.
Although
But David Warner can do it in a session, just completely change the game.
I think Renshaw's probably the next. It depends because we haven't seen much of.
Hanscom's good. I've
Yeah,
watched him bat. He's good.
No, he's not quite
I rate
Renshaw
him.
good, is he? Do you think so?
I think I like that batting lineup. I don't understand.
You like it?
Yeah.
Well, wait until we talk about the bowlers.
Yeah, I think their bowling attack.
Is probably better than their batting lineup, I think.
Well, let's go through it.
Well, you've got lots of bowlers.
Right. Stark he's a definite, isn't he?
So, yeah. You've got Stark there. Obviously, you've got the opportunity for Stark, Cummins, Hazelwood.
Mm.
Those are 3 very good bowlers. And you've got Lyon, who just seems to be able to take wickets.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? We
Last
spoke
couple of
about that
years,
before.
Just seems to be able to actually spin the ball in Australia.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember watching, they were analysing his bowling to, I think it might have even been Graham Swans. And they were saying why he's done better in Australia.
Yeah.
Because he actually bowls with more overspin.
Yeah.
So you get the ball to bounce more rather than trying to actually turn it. Like Graham Swan would rip it miles in England. But in Australia, you need more of that top spinny thing, which he isn't particularly. He's not impressive, is he? Nathan Lyon.
I
think he does.
I don't fear Nathan Lyon, but he's just taken all these wickets.
Yeah, I think he does people more with his flight.
He will pick up wickets, but I don't fear him as a bowler that will run through England. Not like a Mitchell Stark or a Hazelwood could run through England.
Do you know what? I know he's good, right? And all the stats will go against this.
You don't rate
I don't
Stark.
like Mitchell Stark. I don't think he's that good. I'm not bothered about him.
You're not. You don't
Honestly, I don't fear him. He just seems too erratic to me. Might just be against it. I'd love to see his stats against England.
Do you think he could be a bit of a Johnson and just Mitchell Johnson?
He could,
and
though,
on
but
his day, he could
right.
just rip through it.
Mitchell Johnson, he won them the 5-0,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
apart from that, was rubbish against England. He just couldn't bowl. He had one series where he was like, Ricky Ponting was bringing him on to bowl, not sure whether he'd hit the strip or not, and was bowling him so the wicky couldn't even get it. So no, not Mitchell Stark's not going to do
So
that
you
badly.
don't seem to fear the Australian bowling lineup. Well, I definitely do. You seem to be.
I think Hazelwood's a danger man. He's too consistent. He's like a sort of Glenn McGrath.
You seem to have more hope in the Australian batting line.
I like the Australian batting lineup, but I think that's worse. I think it's more problems for England if Australia bat well than if they bowl well.
Yeah, I do think
England are so good at getting themselves out. I don't think Australia need that strong a bowling lineup.
I think they've got a very strong bowling lineup. I think
they do. I know.
Hazelwood, Cummings,
but I have these things. We know this.
Stark. I think those are three very good.
I said Amla was out of form, so we know. It's just one of them things.
The thing is, though, I'm looking at the batting lineup and I'm just counting through. So you've got Warner. This was in their last game in India.
Okay.
Warner, Renshaw, Smith, Marsh.
They did quite well, didn't they, in India?
Hanscom.
In the Test matches, which worries me.
No, did they?
I think they didn't do bad. They didn't get smashed like England did.
I think they did get smashed.
Did they?
I think they.
I'm not sure that they did.
Yeah, they lost.
I think they might have won one.
They lost 2-1.
Yeah, there you go.
Over
We got hammered.
4 matches. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But anyway, do you want to hear this?
Yes, sorry, go on.
Batting lineup. So you've got Warner, Renshaw as your openers, Smith number 3, Marsh number 4. That's batting way too high for any of either of the Marsh guys.
Right.
Hanscom 5.
Yeah.
Take Marsh out, put in Khawaja. Maxwell 6.
Mm-hmm.
Wade 7. Cummins 8. Wade at number 7.
I think that's a tail, that is.
Yeah, I think you've got a tail there.
That's a tail.
And especially if you're going to bat Max. Right, sorry about that. The mics are just cut out. Anyway, talking about that tail, Owen.
Yeah, well, I think, like I said, 3 wickets. I think we've got a really good chance of getting them out for a low score. What I was going to ask you is, with Steve Smith, he's a major problem.
Right, yeah.
David Warner could, but I'm not sure how much we can do to stop it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you think on his day he's unstoppable?
Yeah, I just think if he's on, that's it. But Steve Smith, what are you saying about just doing weird stuff to try and get him out?
Oh, go on then.
Like doing like a weird field, like putting a really proper plan in, and having like 4 different plans. Like, right, we're gonna have someone in on the short cover.
Yeah. Thing is though,
we're gonna pack the covers, and we're just gonna put it in a slot and let him have 20 runs by just pile driving it through there, and hope he just slightly hits one slightly aerial. Then screw that hasn't worked. He's on 30 already. Put someone out deep square. We'll have someone under the lid in here. We'll have Broady coming round the wicket, hitting him in the ribs.
Well, I know I said I wanted to see David Warner.
I reckon we should implement a different plan every ball.
What I'm worried about.
Imagine how long that would take to do an over.
When we talk about weird balls on fields, is that England get too carried away and just start bowling short throughout?
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't want that. I want us to have like 4 plans and just change it up. Not go, let's do the short ball against people who are great at the short ball and see how long it takes before they get 100.
I think we need to move on to...
Do you think England get riled up too easily? That's why they start bowling short.
Well,
I think Stuart Broad's got a massive tendency.
I think Ben Stokes
have some of this and try and bowl short. And so no.
I think it's probably wise now, because we've talked about Australia for the last 20 minutes, to talk about how England are going to win this with those England players.
Right.
How are England going to pick up 20 wickets? You're saying this is a good Australian batting line, if I'm agreeing with you. 2 big players and then another 2 that could damage England.
We have to get our batting lineup right.
Well,
we have to get our batting lineup.
Let's talk about the bowling. How are we going to take the 20 wickets?
Oh, take the 20 wickets.
Because that's the biggest thing for me. If you think the batting to win a Test match, England will have to take 20 wickets.
How important do you think the spinner's going to be?
We haven't got one, so we can't count on the spin.
You don't.
Mo Nally will not be able to will not be able to run through an Australian team in Australia.
Oh, you want someone who's just going to run through them?
Well, to win a game, we'll need to have someone bowl really well against this team.
You think Stuart Broad?
I think Stuart Broad is the man.
He's the man to do it.
He's the only man in that team that has that ability to have a Freddie Flintoff spell kind of thing and take wickets and look really dangerous in Australia.
I think he's also probably at the top of the list to be completely ineffective. Do you not think so?
I think he's
at the top of the list.
He's
Who's going to bowl
bowling
82
home.
miles an hour?
No, he's going to bowl
just on a
88, and he's going to have the Australians dodging, and then
He's
gonna
not
bowl
going to have
lovely
him
night-
dodging. That's
line
not
and
going to
length.
happen.
Right, what are the pitches going to be like in Australia? They're not going to sit. They're not going to move around swing.
No.
They are going to be fast and hard,
Yes.
just like how I like.
Right. Yeah, but when last time we won it, James Anderson was like bowling the wobbly seam,
Yeah, well, he'll need to
which
bowl
is
that again.
and nerdling it around.
And
which is
Stuart Broad has
perfect.
got lots of tricks like in that. In his,
I don't know if
he's
he does.
adaptable. He is.
Is
you don't.
he? Go on. How is he adaptable?
He knows how to do them cutters.
Yeah, okay. All right, the cutter's the way forward, is it? That's how we'll win this.
I'm just saying that
Ashes.
Stuart Broad is probably the man who could take it.
Why
3
are you
wickets
taking
in
it away from
7.
Jimmy when he killed it last time?
He didn't kill it last time.
Not the time before last time.
Yeah, when he was fucking 19. Jimmy Anderson kills it in England. I'm a big Jimmy Anderson fan, and I think he'll take wickets with a new ball. And
Hang on, Stuart Broad didn't kill it last. No one killed it last time, so
No, it was
we
5-0.
can't go off that
But what I'm saying is, in the last Ashes in England, Stuart Broad did kill it.
once because of Ben Stokes, and he's not there anymore.
I think. Who is out
Listen,
saving grace with the ball?
you're right,
With
listen.
The ball then? You think Chris Wokes?
No, listen, I don't think. I think
Stephen Finn.
no. I think everyone's.
Unstoppable. You said.
I think everyone's going to have to chip in.
Oh, you think,
I don't think we've got anyone.
You don't think
I
we've
don't
got a
think
hero?
we've got anyone who will just have a spell where they will just run through Australia.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that I think Stuart Broad has the potential to pick up 20, 25 wickets in this series.
You reckon?
20 wickets, yeah. 40 wickets.
I don't see it.
50 wickets.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I think England's, like I said, England's best chance is our batting.
But we need to take 20 wickets.
Yes, I know, but I think we can do that by.
We need to, we need to be ultra positive. That's the point.
Yeah,
of this.
no, yeah, I know, but I think we need to.
So who is going to do well for us bowling? Who will be
Crane. What?
He'll get hit. Could you imagine David Warner eyeing up fucking Crane?
Why? Why can't I?
Eyeing up
leggy?
all the way to the fucking.
No,
out the
it do
ground.
well.
Crane versus Warner is one way that's going to end.
Yeah,
Warner fucking dispatching him for
fucking
6 sixes
wicket,
in a row.
big wicket.
Honestly, who is going to be
I
England's
don't
team?
know. I just said I don't know. I can't say. I don't know. You got James Anderson, and Stuart Broad. Those are your two. I mean, they have to
Yeah.
fire. So because
And it looks like probably Chris Wokes is the next one in line.
say one James Anderson, Stuart Broad gets injured. Who takes their spot? As in, who's the next in line best bowler, pace bowler?
Stephen Finn.
Not Wokes.
Is Jake Ball in this team?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't know, but this is the point. But we don't have a Tremlett. We don't
Yeah.
have a Bresnan.
Well, we could have.
We don't have these. we could have both of them. Call them back. But do you know what I mean?
I think Jake Ball is in this team, isn't he? Should I double check that?
Because I think we need it to be competitive. I think that's a problem. I don't think there's much competition for places. As in, if there is, it's because no one's good enough.
We're in need of a hero.
Not lots of people being good enough.
Yeah, Jake Ball's there. So you've got, they're nailed on for. I don't want to go into teams too much, but they're nailed on for Anderson, Broad.
What happened to
Wokes.
Roland Jones? Is he injured?
He's injured.
Oh,
So you've got Jake Ball, Craig Overton, and Stephen Finn fighting it out probably for that last
Yeah.
bowling spot.
Well, but apparently Overton's taking Stokes' place.
Well, yeah, Overton might have that
Well,
all-rounder
that's
spot.
just making a monster tail. I think that's the advantage England have, is not having the tail. The
This is-
potential not to have that tail.
This is why Stuart Broad has to be the England bowler,
Why?
because I'm not.
Because we don't have anyone else.
Yeah,
That's your point.
this is my ultra positive thinking is the good players we have to step up and just win the games by themselves. I'm sorry, but this isn't 2011. We haven't
No,
got.
I
We haven't
really-
got. We
look.
can't spread round the joy because they're shit.
Well, listen,
Jake Ball, is he going to take a fucking more than one wicket?
England will bat Australia into the ground.
You still haven't told me who's going to pick
This
up all the
g-
wickets.
listen.
I just want this one question
Oh
answered.
my god!
Just
Listen,
pick a name.
there
mate.
isn't. There's no one. My answer.
Joe
to your
Root's
que-
offies.
my answer to your question. We will bat them into the ground. They
All
will
right,
become.
who's
We
gonna
will then.
make
We will
runs?
then get
James
David Warner
Vince.
early.
Yeah.
We'll get David Warner early.
Who's going to get him early?
However you like. Pick someone.
In.
Yeah, he'll inside edge it onto leg stump. It'll go flying. Okay. Then there'll be Steve Smith. He'll get not out. He'll get 102 not out. They'll get 160 all out because they'll just collapse.
Captain's innings, so
having England having got 420
in every game
for 6 declared. This is the first game. Then we'll make them follow on. It'll happen again, but this time David Warner will be on 60. Smithy will come in, short cover, hits it in the air, gone. He's on his way.
Yeah.
Then you got Maxwell coming in at 12. He's rubbish.
No, really.
And he'll get out trying to slog it, counter attack, and we'll win the game because they'll get all out for 160. That's how we do it. I don't think it will be, now we bring on Stuart Broad and he's taken a 6 for. Well done, Stu.
I think Ben Stokes is being taken out of the England team, according to crickbuzz.com.
Yeah.
I can't see his name on there. Oh, I don't think he's got a feature this Ashes, is he?
No.
Oh.
No, we'll have to do it without him.
Who's going to make the runs then?
Well, who's opening? It's going to be Stoneman, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stoneman will have to make runs.
Well, you think he's got that?
He has to. I don't know if he
serious
will.
Runs?
No, but he needs to be... Coming out of the series, he'll have to be averaging 40.
In Australia?
I think we need 2 openers.
Oh, yeah, well...
Do you know what I mean? We can't have someone who's just going to get out and let Joe Root come in.
What I'm saying is...
Can't just have someone last until Joe Root's warm.
I've put all my emphasis on Stuart Broad picking up all the wickets. Joe Root needs to score daddy hundreds for us to win.
So Alistair Cook needs to have 2011 all over again.
I think Joe Root needs to have those captain's innings that he says, I go out there, I score 150.
Not a captain's innings of saving the game, though.
No, a
captain's innings of just dominating it, just demoralising them. I think
we need to see Johnny Bairstow have a great series as well.
He needs to be in the top 5, which he won't be. Which is why he won't. I tell you what, if we lose this, a big part of that will be that Johnny Bairstow didn't have a chance to bat.
Though he will probably bat up higher now Stokes is in prison.
What, 6? Not high enough. 5 should be as low as he bats.
Right, we don't need to go into this.
We do, because
we've done
it's
this.
important.
I think Joe Root, England have 3 batsmen, don't they? 2, really. Joe Root, Alistair Cook, Johnny Bairstow.
Do you think Australia will just go, let's just bounce them? They couldn't deal with it last time.
I think Australia will just,
They'll just try and intimidate us.
Understand how those fast pitches work. But then a fast pitch for the likes of Johnny Bairstow might be, and
I was thinking
might be really beneficial.
Listen, if you've got a batting pitch...
Moeen Ali apparently isn't great against a short ball, but if he takes it on, he could score quick runs.
That's what happens with him, though, isn't he? I think he's big or bust. Moeen Ali could definitely change a test match, one of these test matches. He could turn it around.
Yeah.
If he gets 150 or something.
The thing is, he would need to as well, I think, for us to win. I'm sorry, but I just think... I think Joe Root needs to score a double 100 every innings.
I think Australia have more batsmen to be confident in.
Yeah.
But we have more batsmen.
The thing is that I don't want to turn this negative, but there are big question marks. Stoneman, Milan, Vince.
Milan is a massive question mark.
Vince,
he won't be in the team. Not the starting 11.
You have to choose between Vince and the other guy.
But that's not very good, is it?
Well, what balance? Vince and balance. You have to choose between one of them, if not both of them.
What? No.
We don't
need to go into this.
You have to have one of them in the team.
Not in my team.
Well,
not on my plane. They're already over there, aren't they? So they're not getting on the bus. Say, watch it on the telly.
But what I'm saying is, for us to win, Joe Root steps up. No more 70s. No more 70s, 80s. They have to be big tons. You get in and you don't get out.
We need 2 other people as well.
Yeah.
Which I'm saying, Stoneman.
You think Stoneman's going to have a good series?
Stoneman, being positive.
Yeah.
Stoneman and Bairstow.
You think Cookie's going to...
They're going to step up. No, I'm saying along with Joe Root and Alistair Cook. Those are my 4 back... Yeah, but we're going to need 4 back... That's not asking that much,
Well, Australia have got 4 batsmen.
Right. Those are my 4 that I would go with. I think if they fire, we've got a really good chance of winning it. if Stoneman just ends up getting 15s, and then Joe Root goes, I don't want to bat 3, bats 4, and some Vince comes in and gets 12, and then Joe Root and Alistair Cook bat for 7 hours, getting 70 between them, and then one of them that would just be so hard to watch.
I honestly think
we'll win it.
We have 4 or 5 players out of the.
Who's your other 2 batsmen that you're saying that you think if they fire we got a
Bairstow Ali?
Oh, okay.
I just think those are the only 2 batsmen that can bat.
Do you not think they're batting too low down the order?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They'll come in at
so you think
40 odd for 5.
Joe Root and Alistair Cook have to have a big partnership
Joe
together.
has to bat 3 and he has to
bat with Alistair Cook forever, and then have a mini collapse until it gets down to Mo and Ali and
let's think
Bairstow.
Positively. No mini collapse.
So people getting 30s and 40s.
Hundreds.
Then, but Mo and Ali and
Bairstow.
Right, Jesus.
Right, fair enough. Good point. Let's say.
Would you not rather have a tail and have a strong top 5?
Well, I would rather we could have a strong top 5 and then have someone, David Milan, batting 6 or 7, and we could have him as a counter attacker.
Yeah,
but
would that not be better?
We're not going to go through this because we've done it. Right. I don't want to repeat.
But that's what we'd prefer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm saying could happen is we find ourselves 40 for 1 in the 19th over.
I'm not too. Yeah. And
then we'll see Cook and Root go from 40 to 1 to 200 for 2.
Nice.
Then we'll go from 250. We'll go 250.
Is this the first game?
250 for 4. Bairstow, Ali will come in. 400 for 7.
Oh, carnage! How quickly did that happen?
But yeah, that.
Oh, how happy?
That lower.
How much would you actually be bothered if we won this?
I'd be really.
I'd love it.
Yeah,
I would love it.
I'd love it if we beat them. Absolutely love it.
Freddie's backing us.
Yeah.
Freddie thinks it's the best England team he's ever seen. I don't know if he said that.
Joe Root has come out and said this is a different team to who lost 5-0 in Australia. It's like, no shit, mate.
Yeah.
It's quite fucking
No, it
different.
is, yeah.
Right,
I'm sticking to 3-2. I think it's going to be a war.
All right, my last question.
Go on.
One player from the last 10 years you could have back in that team.
Strauss.
Really?
That sorts so much out. Because listen, I'll tell you why, and you're going to cry about this, because we already talked about it. You asked the question. I'd have Strauss. We've got 2 openers then, and I can sort the rest of it out.
What about Kevin Peterson?
Why? To fill what position?
Well, to have him...
What, 4?
4.
But we can sort that out. That's not a problem.
4 or 5.
The problem is we've got the player and we just play them all the way.
Yeah,
It's like having a brilliant bowler and batting them at 5.
I'm saying that
we've got a massive bowling problem.
And Jonathan Trotter would be ahead of Andrew Strauss to get back in this team.
I want an opener.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But I can solve the rest of it. Not a problem. The problem is they're too spaced out. It's that they don't have a chance to bat together. The batsmen.
Graham Swan? And actually just get Mo and Ali as a batsman?
No. Not going to Australia. I don't think Graham Swan ever. He didn't win 11 and he got fucking destroyed to the point that he quit.
We're obsessed with this idea that we choose Mo and Ali as a bowler and he bats way down when really we don't have any batsmen and he's been proven as a batsman.
Should be a batsman that bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, that solves the problem. But hey, what do we know? Listen, the England selectors know more about cricket than me and you, mate. Get over it. They know what they're doing. And that's why we're going to win the series 3-2.
Do you feel like this has been a positive?
Well, it's a lot more positive than last time, where we were just saying we'll get hammered and we're shit.
Do you want to hear about the warm-up games before we go? And the
I heard that Mitchell Johnson refuses to play in it. They keep asking him to play in like the Australian 11 or whatever it is.
Really?
Yeah, and he was like, no.
What, just to try and shake England?
I don't know, but yeah, they've asked him like 3 times.
But England play their first game in a couple of hours' time, actually.
Is it? I thought it was on Saturday.
It's Saturday, isn't it?
Right.
So they play it
early morning Sunday then?
No, it'd be Saturday 2:30 in the morning, which is now. Well, this is 12:20, so they'll play in a couple of hours' time.
All right, okay.
They're playing at the WACA.
Nice.
Against WACA 11. And then we've got another game on the 8th of November, another game on the 15th.
3 warm-up games.
3 warm-up games.
Guess they're 4 days?
I imagine maybe this next game might be a 2-day.
Okay.
And the first class match will be a 4-day or 3-day. So two games against Cricket Australia 11, which I'm presuming is like a B side or just people they can get together for a laugh. But we'll probably try and bring out a podcast. On that before the first one. I'm talking about how England have done.
Yeah.
In those warm-up games. That won't be next week. It'll be the week after. We'll have to think of something for next week.
Yeah.
Hopefully keep it.
We haven't. We missed a week.
Yes.
We haven't apologised. We should have started off.
Yeah.
It was just not possible to do it.
We've run out of ideas.
Yeah. Well, no, don't say that. Just wasn't possible.
We're a year in and we're
jet setting. We're busy.
Anyway, if you've enjoyed this show,
if you're new around here,
give us a like.
Don't forget the little bell button as well.
Subscribe first.
Yes, and then press it.
Comments are always welcome, though we got a comment the other day saying that I was bold. Did you see that one?
No.
What are the odds on Dave being bold?
Nice. Did anyone else chime in? They think you're bold, do they?
Yeah.
Well,
not they, just one person.
Yeah, but what they're long hop fans, so they're all the same.
Here we go. We've only got one comment, but fuck it. Just an idea. At 100 subscribers, could we have a face reveal? What are the odds on Dave being bold?
Nice.
The odds are very, very slim.
Well,
I mean,
you don't give it away.
Slim, does that mean like that they're odds on favourite, or does slim mean like
slim odds? If you put money on, you'd make a lot. No, it's not. Is it? I don't know.
Well, you bet that horse, and we'll see if it comes in.
Well, I know that doesn't
work.
Not
you, but
sorry.
Eddie commented saying I was bold.
I'd love people to like draw what they think you look like.
Yeah. And you can.
Not me.
Thing is, right, you know our podcast?
Yeah.
If you look at the... we shouldn't say this on air, but...
Then don't.
You look at the statistics, right?
God.
It gets to this time...
Why are you doing this? Well, people just bail out now, do they?
And it's the best bit.
Oh, right.
Because we do this, we're like, yeah. Like, they hear, comment, subscribe and all that, and they start bailing.
Yeah.
But they don't know what they're missing. It's the good stuff comes at the end.
No, at the end, this is just... People don't put this in proper podcasts. This bit at the end.
Do they?
No, they cut it
cut
before all of this. They do this before and they do this after. They're more professional than we are.
All right.
Okay,
leave that a day.
We'll come up with an idea for next week.
Or one of you guys come up with the idea.
No, don't stop it.
If anyone's got anything for us to talk about, we will definitely want to talk about it.
Listen, we will take...
Ashes related would be nice.
We'll take ideas. We would like it to be Ashes related because it's getting warm.
I reckon that... Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Ashes related. Get them in. I have got Ashes fever.
And
see you next week.
You're saying 3-1. I'm saying fucking England win.
4-0.
7-0.